Namaste, Soul Circle. I'm Candace.
And I'm Steven.
And we're from Arcana, Mind, Body, Spirit, here in Toronto, Canada.
And today we are diving into our first energy center, the root or base chakra. We'll be discussing what it governs and asking each other prompts based on where we feel that we are at with our root space. Are we overactive? Are we underactive? And we'll be discussing ways to improve our energetic relationship with our root chakra.
So be sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell to be sure you don't miss any of our videos this week to really be able to unlock your potential of the root chakra. Are you ready to do the work?
Let's do it. The root or base chakra is often referred to as the root of all things. In Sanskrit, it is known as the Muladhara chakra. So, if you're in a yoga class or other spiritual practice and they reference it in the Sanskrit name, you'll know what they are working on during the class.
Can you say it one more time?
Muladhara. Muladhara.
Your root is at the base of your spine, often placed as low as your pelvic floor. The chakra is associated with the element of earth, symbolized by the red lotus with 4 petals, and has a masculine energy polarity.
At its most fundamental level, the root chakra governs your basic needs as a human. It grounds your energy while also sustaining your relationship to stability and safety. People who live in fear as a base emotion often need to focus their efforts here.
Traditionally, the base chakra governed our basic needs. Do you have shelter, water, food, and the means to survive? In today's fast-paced world, it has also taken on the connotation of thriving.
Yeah, it's tied to facets of life like wealth and family, community, and also our health. So we ask ourselves, do you feel like you truly belong? Do you trust that the universe and those around you are conspiring in your favor? Spending time on your root chakra will help you grow this relationship with yourself in these areas.
It's our belief that when your root chakra is in flux, it is difficult to grow. It's also called root for a reason. Without strong roots, how does a plant grow and flower? This also can stem from identity issues or being disconnected from your family and root system. In today's world, our root chakra is constantly being stimulated by media and fear. Daily life alone can take a toll on the chakra, causing health issues and difficulties in our relationship with ourselves, which in turn affects our relationships with everyone around us. You can feel out of place, disconnected, like you don't belong. Usually, bullying results in kids with underdeveloped root chakras.
Yeah. So let's uncover our own relationships with our root chakra, shall we? We're going to ask each other a few different questions, and feel free to answer these questions in your comments below. We'd love to see and unpack with you where you're at in this process.
Absolutely. I look forward to hearing everybody's answers. So, I'm just going to read off my little notes here. This one's about patience. So, are you addicted to fast fixes and immediate results?
I am a double air sign, so the answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes!
It's an aggressive yes.
But honestly, I have spent a lot of work, especially over the last 2 years, on patience and the ability to slow down. And the skills that in life take a little bit more time, like gardening, just working with any plants, really. Cooking, when you let things cook and simmer, the flavors are better. So I think overall, my relationship with patience has gotten better. What about you?
I feel like the last year I worked a lot on, not just last year, the last period of my life, I've worked a lot on a root chakra. And I think I can still be an impatient person. When I want something, I think it's because I know what I want. And so I just feel like, let's just have it.
Yeah.
Right? So if like something is beginning, it's like, oh, okay, great. This is what I want. Let's do it. Let's just go all in.
Yeah.
So I'm very much that way naturally, which has its positives and its negatives. But
Yeah.
I think that I'm continually learning and being aware the value of being patient. Like I've seen the results of being patient, and so I kind of have connected to the value of the patience more, which makes it easier to catch myself.
Be patient.
Yeah, catch myself when I'm trying to do it. And like again, like you know, when you're parenting a young kid on your own, a fast fix sometimes is all you got. So I mean, it's again, these are the ways that I've had to stay safe and survive. So there have been benefits from fast fixes and just, you know, just making quick decisions, which isn't really impatience. It's just kind of surviving.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I definitely am aware of it, and I'm definitely working on it. And because I have been working on it already, now that I'm seeing the results, it makes it even easier to be like, Candace, just, you know if you wait.
Yeah.
It's good.
You'll be good.
Yeah. So let's go to the next one.
Great.
Okay, so the next one is in regards to structure. Okay. So, are you building permanent structures that can help you over the difficult moments in life?
That is a one doozy of a question. I come from a family where any form of structure that I did think I had came crumbling down. And I really had to do everything in my power to build something new for myself. And I look around at the structures that I do have in my life that are outside the life that could have been handled to me. And I live a very different life than I thought I would. And I've achieved a lot of great things. And of course, I do believe that there's variability in everything. I think anything can happen at any time. I really do feel that in divine timing, anything could happen. But I feel that I have such a great network of chosen family. I have an incredible partner who I can rely on for almost anything. I have a great career that has a lot of stable growth in it, and I have hobbies and interests that sustain my spiritual well-being. I think I'm in a Oh yeah, she's all right. That's so no. She's all right. No, I won't.
Continue on. Like waiting for my shout, and I'm like,
you're in my chosen family. God, that's you. You and your daughter, hugely important. You are you are the family that I have literally lived with during the last 2 years.
That's true.
So yeah. I'll spell it out again. My chosen family who I have been living with.
Candace.
Named Candace and her daughter.
Yes. That's better. I feel seen.
How are you doing with identity, Candace? No.
That's not one of the questions, Steven.
No, but yes, I think that I have done, I have created some structures in my life that are very positive for me. And yeah. What about you?
Nice. Building permanent structures. I feel that like I absolutely feel that there was a significant amount of time in my life where my root chakra was as dead as could be. Like there's not a spin in sight. It was broken. The wheel was broken.
Put it right through the spoke, that metal rod.
Yeah, there's nothing there. And I had to build permanent structures. But I had to build these permanent structures, not so much thinking about the external stuff, because those things were always there. I have amazing friends, chosen family. I have a great family that's very stable. My parents have been together for over 50 years.
Yeah.
You know, I had those things. It wasn't within myself. So I had to build the permanent structures within me. So I know now, because I've had to do so much work specifically here, I do feel like my root chakra is what was dead is now very much alive. and very and very healthy. And I know that if I were to lose any of the things in my life in any degree or way, I know that I have those permanent root structures within myself that I know that I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like I am I'm very grounded within myself, and I know that I can be okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, things with Taurus and the terrible happens, I'm going to be upset. I'm saying that. I'm not a monk. I'm still just a very average woman, but I feel that I'm very much grounded and able to. I know that I would have the coping skills to remain healthy in a situation.
For the record, you're an above average woman.
Oh, huh.
There, I buttered her biscuit.
There you go. I feel so special.
Next.
Anyways, next question. Okay. The next one is about Candace's identity. Just kidding. It's about stability. Stability. So the question is stability a quality you are familiar with in your history?
And by that,
the episode is now over. No, it's not. Don't turn off.
By that, I mean no. I always had like a very false relationship with stability. It was like I was like, yeah, I have all these things. I had none of those things. Mm. But I also do think that my brain was wired a certain way, being like, yes, I have these things. I can have better versions of them. Mm-hmm. And it made me wildly ambitious. And then when something disappeared that I thought I had, it was like, oh, well, I've had it before. I'm going to do it again. Mm. And this time I'll do it better and I'll do it on my own. So I think it was actually one of like the best crucibles of my life to have this sort of like lack of stability in order to create who I am. So, what about you?
Yes and no. Again, I kind of talked about it before, and the other answer that I gave. I've had stability throughout history in like my family and the things that were around me. You know, I went from the time I went to kindergarten through to like junior high and stuff, had the same friends and the same people. I was in the neighborhood, like literally I could just like leave on my bike. Like it was that very suburban dream vibe. I was very much had that. I still have very close friends of mine, one of my best friends that I went to high school with. Like I know I still talk to someone regularly who I met in grade 1. Like there's a lot of like root systems that are very strong and very rooted in my life and around me. And I have love for all these people still, and it's fantastic. But again, there was a lot of, there was instability in identity, because although I had those things, I was still a person of color in white spaces predominantly. Not so much when I was younger. There was a lot of multiculturalism when I was very young. But once I got into high school, that kind of changed. Mm-hmm. So it changed, and that's like such an important time. Like, you know, when you're 13 and moving upward into the teens and really understanding who you are. And I lost the stability within myself. Although there was these root systems all around me that were very stable, I didn't see myself in them. So I was disconnected from them. I was no longer a flower attached to the tree with the deep, thick roots in the ground. I was on my own, kind of just blowing around in the wind. I knew I was part of that tree, but I wasn't connected to it. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have stability. And then different things happened in my life that further detached myself from not just from reality almost, essentially, which is a part, kind of a part of like the PTSD that I went through. But so there wasn't a lot of that. And so when I say that I have spent the last probably decade, literally.
I was just going to say 10 years of your life.
Literally a decade.
Very different decade than you were living before.
It has changed completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the history, like I said, it was there, but I wasn't attached to it. It was all internalized things that were not stable. Okay, so moving on. Now that we know how we're stable or not unstable. Okay, next one. Security.
Okay.
So security. Are you prejudiced about those who do not live their life as you do?
This is a hard one for me. I think if I was being completely honest, when it comes... I have a lot of judgment sometimes. It's very hard for me when I see people doing things that go against their highest good, especially if I know that they're capable of more. And it is a part of my daily practice and my daily work to look at gratitude and seeing people where they are and showing up for them. It's a daily work for me. It's very easy for me to jump into judgment for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say I don't feel that I judge people for living their life different from mine. I think it's very easy for me to see people living their life differently from me. And of course, if we're talking smack or something and we're having a laugh, like we can throw some jokes about, but when it comes down to it, literally, I actually don't care.
Yeah.
Not that I don't care about this person. Like if I see someone who is like hurting and in pain, I would try to help them as much as I can.
Of course, yeah.
Or I would know, even if that just means to like take a moment and like send them well wishes, whatever level it is that I could give, depending on what I have to give, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like, literally, I don't have any moments of this. I just would know I don't live that way. So I'm going to go over here.
Yeah.
And I think that was something that's happened recently in my life where because I want to help, because that is my natural go-to, I would go crazy trying to like help these people live their best life, and it's exhausting and it's taking away from me being able to be a healthy person and doing what I want to do. And when they keep not doing it, or if I feel like I'm not helping enough, or I feel like I'm failing them in some way because they're not living right, it just messes me up so much.
Right,
As I can't, I've had to just cut people away from my life. Like literally, I love you, all the best, take care. I wish you all the peace and love that you can cultivate for yourself, and that's it. And I just leave it, and it's literally gone. And I'm not so much judging them anymore as I am just like releasing them to go live their life. But like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm normal and like I can call you up and be petty as hell if I want to. But like at the end of the day, when I go and I lay down in bed, I don't actually wish bad things upon anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I think also with everything that happened globally last year, there was like such this internal protester who was like awoken that it became so easy, like with everything that happened, like with BLM and like over the years, all the things that happened with the LGBTQ plus community. It's like, it's very easy for me to judge people who have such fun, and it literally keeps me up at night. So like, I am working on releasing that a little bit because it's easy for me
absolutely when it comes to like those major things, for sure. Like I'm gonna judge a racist.
Yeah, right.
You're a bigot. I have a few things to say to you. I'm gonna judge you. Maybe that's not even the best thing to do. But that's where I'm at. But that's where I'm at with those things. I can only take so much. There's only so much walking away I can do at some point if someone's really running their mouth.
And this is what I mean. It's so hard for me to just not be judgmental. Yeah.
It definitely that specific that can be hard.
Yeah.
But I mean like more of like just even like in relationship things.
Yeah.
On like day-to-day things. Next. Okay, so the next one. Manifestation. Okay, so Stephen,
darling,
do you feel that you are deserving of what you say you want?
Wow.
Fake it till you make it. Right? Fake it till you make it.
Right?
Yes.
I think there's been a lot of opportunities that I've been afforded that I can't say I'm any more or less deserving than other people. I think it's very unfair to sort of judge, like, am I deserving or are you deserving of it? Is that person deserving? Like, what is deserving? What is that? But I think if I'm looking at the hard work I've put in compared to the results that I'm hoping for, hell yeah. I mean, if I'm the type of person that if I want something, I'm going to go and try and make it happen. I'm going to go do the thing. I'm not going to just sit there and do nothing about the things that I like. That's not in my personality. So yeah, I think there are things that I'm on a path towards achieving. I don't expect immediate results as much as I would love them. But I do love seeing small results appear and grow. And so do I think at this current moment that I deserve the things that I'm trying to manifest? Yeah. Let's go for it. Let's say yes. What about you?
I absolutely believe I deserve all the things that I am manifesting. Absolutely, 100%. No matter which way it comes to me. Yep. No matter which way it comes, it might not come the way that I expected or thought, but I have full faith in the universe, and I have full faith in my ability to go after and finish what I start. And yeah, I do. I absolutely
and
do.
Believing in that is
absolutely do.
Part of the magic.
That's right.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
It is.
I know that I deserve all those
things. I think
things.
What you said about releasing the process is also very important. It can come at you in any energy stream ever. Things can manifest in all different kinds of ways.
Yeah. And that has helped me a lot. That just remembering to just, if you keep going, it's like when you hit something that is like painful or scary or whatever, and you go back to those old patterns, you don't move forward. Nothing's changing. I already know that these old patterns keep me here, and I want to get there. I can keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right?
Which is the definition of insanity.
Exactly. So if I want that, I have to do something different. And
if I'm doing the work, then I deserve it.
That's right.
Then it is...
I'll always do something different.
Yeah.
Even just changing the pillow that I'm going to cry on that afternoon. No, just kidding. But no.
If you always do what you've always done, you'll always have what you've always had.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the ways that you can work on your root chakra, super accessible and easy to do, dance.
Dancing.
Yeah. Music and listening to music that makes you want to move and really like, I find, especially when I'm like home by myself, I'll like dim the lights and stuff, and then turn like on some like bassy kind of music and just have like kind of like a sexy like dance and like, or like jumping and like moving and like swinging, like just really like almost like sending my energy like through my legs, through my feet, and like just like, and I'm like, my neighbors below me probably hate me, but you know what, I feel better for it, and I haven't had no noise complaint yet. So
and doing this kind of movement is so embodying. You'll often hear that we always do this before practice all the time. Like we're always in minute. And when it comes to music, also drumming. If you're looking at different instruments and stuff like that, we have a drum here that we use all the time when it comes to practice. That's really getting us embodied and feeling.
Yeah, anything like African dance classes.
Yeah,
like stomping and like clapping like into the ground.
Yeah,
into it.
And even like what's the word? Haka.
Like absolutely. That's super grounding and very like earthy.
Yeah, that like guttural. Yeah, that's great. So music, dancing definitely is a good one. Also, the root chakra houses an entire body of work known as Kundalini. And actually, we do practice in Kundalini every so often on our full moon rituals. We have Kay, shout out to Kay with Elegant Path. Kundalini is a type of energy work that works from your root all the way up through your body using breath and movement. It's such a great practice.
It really helped me with childbirth. Being connected with those like deep grounding breaths when you're having the contractions and in pain. It's often we want to be like with pain, and instead I was more like I was making like really crazy like deep wild sounds. Of course. And it was just like it was like this rumbling that I was like focusing here and just like really relaxing and opening my whole pelvic floor area, and it really made a huge difference. is in a natural childbirth that I had.
Also, if you're into instruments and Soundbath, again, besides the drum, if you're working with any sound bowls or even piano, the note C is what resonates for you for your root chakra.
Yeah, you can connect to soul foods, blankets, being cozy and warm, and that feeling of like
in
home.
The womb, in the nest. These are things that you can do. Yeah, I love the image of like those soul food spices cooking at home. You know, when you walk
cinnamon is a really big one for the root chakra as well.
Yeah, this will do wonders for you that way. And then, of course, earthing yourself. Get outside, spend some time in nature. Literally hug a tree. We go out into the forest and like touch trees and like, you know, getting barefoot in the grass. These are always, bury your feet in sand. Like get a little muddy, get a little dirty. When's the last time that you connected to Mother Earth?
Yeah. And then, of course, affirmations. There are so many affirmations available out there online that you can look up to help kind of guide you. Yeah, I know we have some affirmations for different things that we've done you can find them on our Instagram. We're going to be doing some recordings in the future, so you will have some affirmations. But in the meantime, you can make your own affirmations and just base it on the things that make you feel secure, or the things that you're striving for in your security, that make you feel safe, that make you feel like you're manifesting. You can write your own affirmation that makes sense for you, that can help you really connect to this chakra.
All right, so before we let you go, we're going to give you a few last correspondences that'll help you work with your root chakra.
Yeah, so there's a couple archetypes that I thought were really important to talk about. So you have the positive archetype of the root chakra, which is the mother. So you think about a mom, and it's someone who's supporting you, helps you feel safe. This is the archetype. I'm not saying that for people who maybe didn't have that kind of relationship. We're thinking about the archetype, the figure of this idea, right? So this can help you kind of put an image on a person or an idea of like what you're trying to work with. So like the mother is like safety. She helps you, or he helps you, cradles you, makes you feel safe, gives you a strong baseline. They can give you hope for what's to come. So when you're scared, you know, the mother archetype is there to like, it's gonna be okay, kiss you on the forehead type thing, tell you everything's gonna be all right, that kind of vibe. And then the negative archetype for the root chakra would be like the victim. So falling into victimization of the outside circumstances of your life, and within that you don't have any safety. There's everything out around you is unsafe. So you don't have any kind of security, and you're kind of just like you against the world. So you're not really rooted or grounded in anything, and it's hard to feel safe.
And some final correspondences for the root chakra. The color that represents root is red.
The sensory experience that goes with the root chakra is smell.
The essential oils are cinnamon, garlic, and sandalwood. For crystal correspondences, you're going to work with any of the deep red colors. So if you have a red calcite, there's so many different ones. Ruby, even bloodstone, even though that's a slightly different color, that's a good one to use. And then some of the darker ones like hematite is a really good one to work with any earthing.
So the planetary correspondence that goes with the root chakra would be the planet Saturn and Earth.
And also sage is a really important plant medicine for our root chakra. So hopefully with all of this that we have talked about today, we have some work to do.
Do you have any work to do?
Yeah, we encourage you to spend this week looking within and seeing what is to be done about your root chakra.
Yeah.
And tune in on Friday for sure. We are going to be doing a Bija mantra for that using our malas, and we have a sound bath, and we have another special thing planned for you this week.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here today.
Yeah. Much love.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Namaste.
Bye.